We're here in Worsbrough, a small village in South Yorkshire, to join members of the community, members of the NUM, local MPs, local historians, to look back and celebrate Worsborough's mining heritage. Coal mining has been an integral part of Worsborough's history, identity and culture, and helped make it what it is today. We're here today for the unveiling of some memorials, a get-together of ex-miners and people who remember mining heritage fondly, and also an interpretation board to not only look back and remember those who lost their lives in some of the disasters, but also to really celebrate Worsborough's rich mining heritage. Barrow Colliery in Worsbrough was opened in 1873 and first found coal in 1876. It took its name from the owning company, the Barrow Hematite Steel Company Limited. On the 15th of November 1907, 7 people died in an accident where the cage that was carrying miners started swinging and they were flung out down the shaft. The youngest was 18 years old. He was called Thomas Jennings. 2 workers were deemed responsible and the cause was negligence. Barrow Colliery closed in May 1985.
Now we go to
One at a time then.
One at a time?
One at a time.
Okay. Go, right. I need to know what I'm doing.
Thanks very much for inviting me today to this celebration of industrial heritage and history in Worsbrough District, in the hope that it's going to be both respected and remembered. The importance of colliery memorials in a landscape that has changed immeasurably over a long period of time often makes it difficult for today's generation to comprehend what the area looked like from the mid-1800s. Today I want to concentrate on the pits, the disasters, the trials, the tribulations and tragedies that went hand in hand with the industry and the way of life. What I want people to understand today is the importance of looking after each other, which was an unwritten code down the pit, and also the significance and consequence of having a trade union to represent you and the protection its very existence afforded. Unfortunately, the media depicts in many instances a false portrayal of what trade unions are about. I'll give you a brief history lesson. It won't be as good as what Steve and Charlie will do, but anyway, we'll try. I've been told on many occasions I'm very trying. There were a number of entries in our records back in the miners' offices in Barnsley that unfortunately record the loss of life that has befallen this valley. Worsbrough Park Colliery saw 3 occurrences of loss of life in 1836, 1839 and 1851, totaling some 20 deaths. Darley Main recorded losses of life in explosions and breakout of choke damp in 1843, 1847, 1849 and 1851. Wherein the loss of life totalled 87 deaths. Edmund's Main explosion in 1862 accounted for another 59 souls lost. And the explosion in December 1875 at Swathe Main saw a significant loss of life in that 143 men and boys perished in the disastrous explosion. The cage accident at Barrow Colliery in 1907 saw another 7 men lose their lives. To my mind, the loss of one life at work is a disaster and should be afforded the same respect as what is termed as disaster by the powers that be, who officially record disaster as being the loss of 5 lives or more. This period of time in Worsbrough's industrial history was roughly around the time that the South Yorkshire Miners Association was formed, which is about 1858. It was the forerunner following the amalgamation with the West Yorkshire Miners Association in 1881 of the Yorkshire Miners Association. With such a significant loss of life within the industry, it's not hard to understand why there was such a need for trade union that looked after its members and their families. This does not just mean the organising of miners' demonstrations, strike ballots, collections for disaster funds to assist the widows and orphans, but to agitate for greater safety standards in the collieries, to promote education to ensure that the men working in the pits had the knowledge to deal with the dangers that were ever present. At this juncture in time, around 1850, an Act of Parliament appointed 4 mines inspectors, which was a step in the right direction. However, considering that there were almost 2,000 working collieries, it was similar to putting a sticking plaster on a hole in a damn wall. Further representation to government by various district and area unions saw increased legislation introduced that saw greater numbers of colliery inspectors appointed. This is where it is true to state that whilst the media backed up the governments of the day are quick to jump on the bandwagon of tragedy, they quickly move on, and the restitution that is required and much needed gets left in the hands of the trade union, i.e. those that really care. My mates and I do represent the Yorkshire area NUM at various events and memorials throughout the UK coalfields. We often marvel at the striking images created in many villages in numerous places. We experience something very wonderful in human terms, and in some ways quite unique, because there is a warmth, a humour, a sense of comradeship that is easier to feel than see. I'm minded of the time we were in Scotland last year for the Auchengeek disaster memorial, which takes place annually in September. I took them into a public house in a neighbouring village of Bishopbriggs for some refreshment. We were stood up near the bar when a lad comes up to us and asks if we're here to attend the Geek Memorial, which I confirmed that we were. He got his mates to stand up, they shook hands with us, and they gave up their seats for us. Obviously my mates were impressed and a little humbled by the respect afforded. Kevin said to me, "It's not a bad spot this, Chris, just a pity they've only got this Bellhaven beer to sup. A pint of John Smith's will be lovely." A couple of hours later, Kevin ventures off with John to find the gents. They're back within 20 seconds. As I was drinking this dyke water all afternoon when there's John Smith's in corner at bar. So much for warmth and comradeship. I will close by congratulating all those involved in the construction of this fitting memorial, including of course the local history groups, the Ward Alliance and the Industrial and Social Heritage Society. I'll leave you with the words taken from the foreword of the History of the Yorkshire Miners by Frank Machin. Though the difficulty is strong and the struggle may be long, yet to patient brave endeavour cometh utter failure never. Thank you very much for listening.
My name's Stephanie Peacock and I am the MP for Barnsley East, and it is an honour to be here today to join the Worsbrough Industrial Social History Society, who have been the driving force behind the organisation of this lasting memorial. Along with the local council, they have not only organised this permanent memorial but today's memorial event.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to welcome residents from across Worsbrough to this unveiling today. Worsborough's got a proud mining heritage, and being able to recognise it today has been absolutely fantastic. We've been proud to welcome ex-miners and the future of Worsbrough in children and young people. So it's been an absolutely fantastic day, and we're looking forward to seeing this monument within our ward for the next 100 years hopefully.
Michelle Toon and I'm the Community Development Officer for Worsbrough. I work for Barnsley Council, supporting the local elected members and community representatives that sit on Worsbrough Ward Alliance. Part of my role is to work with local volunteers and community groups to help them bring their projects to fruition. My role here today has been supporting Steve Lonsdale and Charlie Parker, who are members of Worsbrough Industrial Social Heritage Society. They've been working for the last 7 years to site a new mining memorial in the ward that commemorates the lost lives of all the men and boys that died in single fatalities or mining disasters. And my role has been to help them access the funding that they needed to be able to get that memorial sited, and also bringing the community together to help recognise the work that's gone into that and celebrating all the local history. So we've put on a 2-day history event that's been really well attended by the local community. It's brought various different groups together, including groups that sit outside of the ward, so Barnsley Main Heritage Group have come along, we've had Barnsley Heritage Connects. So it's really nice to see that the local community have bought into it. It's been really well attended, and the groups that have attended have really enjoyed having an outlet for all the work that they've done over the last couple of years. We found locally that since COVID there's been a revival about people interested in local history, particularly their own family history, so it's nice to see those people come down and enjoy the information that these groups have been sharing. Moving forward, I'd like to see this become an annual thing and build on the success of today and yesterday, potentially look at utilising other sites within the ward. So we've got Worsbrough Mill, which is just over the road, and hopefully see more people get more involved and really celebrate the rich industrial and social heritage of Worsbrough.